The years 20s, we normally say they are for making mistakes. Make mistakes in your 20s. You understand that, eh? Don't be in a hurry to say, I want to make millions. I've seen a lot of young people that say, me, I want to be a millionaire at 29, not in Zambia. Why? Because you read about somebody in America who became a millionaire. Do you understand how they became a millionaire? Probably that was sponsored, whatever success. So their environment and our environment is totally different. Zambian environment, I'm telling you, Zambian environment, in your 20s, if it's genuine success, spend the years 20s in making mistakes, bump yourself, do selling, grow yourself in the 20s. And then when you're getting into the 30s now, you even see your road now shaping up. It will take you selling on the streets. Go and sell on the streets. Go and sell tomato at Soweto Market. All you are trying to get is a skill. This education that you are getting will make you do things different from other people. The way you'll be selling tomato, you know the mathematics, you know all this. Within a short period of time, you are going to rise and you'll be better than them. But you find that most of these people that are educated, the moment you acquire the education, you want to live on your own, in isolation, away from the people. But meanwhile, these are the same people that are supposed to buy from you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, be a people person. Am I speaking to somebody? If you want to be an entrepreneur, can you remove the jacket, this jacket of education? Even at my level, sometimes in my end, I'm chani mujamu Soweto. Kuja nsima sometimes yapa Soweto. If I'm at the site there, you'll be shocked that sometimes I just wear my worksuit. I'm in my worksuit. Tikuja nsima at zamchipoto. But some of you, you can't do such a thing. But meanwhile, you want to run a business, then who is going to buy from you? Apart from acquiring the knowledge, the process and all this, you must understand to say there is power in a network. In the 38 years, I spent all these years creating these networks because I understand to say in business, what runs in business is a name. When people are buying, ladies, you are here. Whenever you go to buy a handbag, you just buy any handbag. No matter how good a handbag can be, when you look at it, first of all, it will be good, yes, but next you're going to look at what? Is it Chanel or what? Are you getting this right? So if it's not from the source that you know, you are going to leave it out. Why? Because that's the nature of a human mind. You buy from the people that you already know. That's why those of us that are here, spend much of your years building on your network. The Great North Road Academy group of companies has been built on that premise. In that, in all these years already, when they were asking about exams made easy, everyone raised their hand. Some of you didn't understand the mathematics that I was trying to do. I was trying to broaden the network. Through those articles I was writing in the Education Post. And then from there, I wrote that book, Exams Made Easy. There's no corner in the country where I can ever be, and then nobody knows me. Nearly everyone, everywhere, wherever I go, oh, Rozious Siatwambo, you're getting that, right? That is my market. Now that I have grown there, all these businesses, I'm talking about even the center that we are yet to open. We are not going to struggle to run it, to call clients and all this. I already have some of you and other people. It will just be a matter of telling everyone to say, now I'm there. Tualumba, now we have Tualumba. Now we have all these schools. Like I'll give you the current scenario in the schools. The problem that we are facing now in the schools is about shortage of space. Because our schools, all schools are full. Other people are looking for pupils. Us now, we are struggling. How can we, again, sometimes when you see clients now living with money now, mambo merera matter, what can we do and all this? Others are struggling to bring in whatever clients. Us, we are struggling to say, how can we keep them because we are too full? You're getting that, right? Why? Because I understand the business, whatever, the way business runs, to say, first of all, you work on yourself, brand yourself. And when you're talking about branding yourself, take every human being as a potential helper in your life. There are some of us that have chased a lot of people out of our lives, even people that could have helped us get to another level, because we are not people persons. Then if you're not a people person, meanwhile you go to church and pray to say, God, you bless me and so on. How is going to bless God? How will God bless you? Because God can only bless you through other people. If only you can allow yourself, you can allow this due process of the Lord to deal with you. That's why those who are here begin now. Start selling whatever you have as you are selling. Whether you make something out of those sales or not, you haven't lost it at all. you have gained in terms of experience. The more experience that you are getting, the more you are getting closer to this shoe. So that one day when you are grown to fit into this shoe, everything will become automated. At birth, you are rich. You have the software. Everyone was born with the software. That software has got mansions. It had mansions. That software had vehicles, whatever vehicles that you want. But most of us have lost them on the way. But I'm here to pray that today there's going to be restoration in your lives. There's going to be restoration. Whatever you have lost on the way, it is going to be restored back. Every person was born with that software within them. But most of us today are not the original people because of lack of these updates. We have never updated, we are the same. So in other words, when you are talking about entrepreneurship or wealth creation, don't look at things ahead of you. You must first look from within, tap from within. I know of somebody who had bought almost about 10 cars within a year. But within a year, that person lost those vehicles. You know what happened? They had gotten into that shoe when you're supposed to wear size 1, and then they got into size 10 before they could wear what? Size 10. If your size is size 1, if your shoe size is size 1, and then I give you size 10, I say size 10 is the correct shoe. You must wait until you grow into that shoe, because if you force yourself into that shoe, you will easily lose that shoe. And this is what normally happens to many people. When success comes into your life, whatever you get into your life before time, you lose it. And when I'm talking about the size 10, it comes with so many things. Because the so-called entrepreneurship that you are talking about, for you to be a fully grown-up person, number one, emotionally, you must be well developed. You talk about courage, persistence, you talk about all these elements, they must grow in you. And for them to grow in you, they take a longer period of time. And that's why those of us that are here, if you look at me, I have gone through all these stages, lessons that I've learned over a longer period of time. The other time I was giving an example, I was telling the people, say last year I turned 45. Last year I turned 45, so if you think I'm still young, I'm good, yeah? So I turned 45 last year. But if you look at my success story, I normally begin from the year 2013. Before 2013 going downwards, my wife and I had no asset we could point at to say this is our asset. We had no building we could point at to say this is our building. Are you taking note of this, right? Before 2013 going backwards, no building we could point at. The first building we got was in 2013. We managed to build a house within 1 year. It's not a house, actually, it's a palace within 1 year. Within the year 2013, we managed to buy the building in town that is housing the town campus. But between 2013 to date, all these buildings that are housing these schools are no longer rented ones. We bought them off. The Avondale, the Twalumba Lodge, if you go to Twalumba Lodge. If you go to Twalumba 2, which is a masterpiece, which will be the mother of all these buildings, it's not a child's play. It's not a small thing. When I'm talking about a lake, when I'm talking about all these things in one place. If you subtract 45 minus 7 years, it will give you how many years? 38. Are you getting the mathematics side? 38 years going backwards, we have no asset we can call it our own. What was I doing? I was in the making. I was in the wilderness. Are you understanding this side? I normally look at the years 38 years as the years that I spent working on not anything but working on me. Such that now, after I had grown into this shoe, everything has become automated. Am I speaking to somebody? 38 years in the wilderness. Probably some of us, we are 20 years, we are 19 here, 20 years, 21 years. Everyone this time around is busy. No, I'm busy. I want to be a millionaire at 20. I want to be in this country. Are you sure? Before you are ripe for that millions and so on. Are you sure? Especially among young people, we are so busy, we are so much preoccupied with this. No, I want to make it, I want to make it. But I want to bring this message to you. Whatever you get before time, before your emotions are grown, before your courage has grown, before your persistence would have grown, anything that you would have gotten, that one will disappear from you. You are going to lose it. And that's why we have a lot of young people today that are frustrated, a lot of young people that are jumping from one point to another because they don't understand to say, you know, entrepreneurship or wealth creation is a process. And this process, first of all, you must work on yourself. And when you're talking about working on yourself, most of these skills that I have acquired, they have been acquired on practical basis. In the 38 years, if I can give you a background to say I was once a street cowboy. You know a street cowboy? Kaponyama streets. I have worked at Soweto Market before. I have worked on the city, whatever the streets, whatever city center and so on. I was once a street cowboy. And out of that street whatever business, I ended up acquiring the skill of selling, because for you to be an entrepreneur, one of the skills that you need is the ability to sell. And you know those cowboys, if they want to sell something to you, they are very aggressive, isn't it? That's how aggressive I am. I am very aggressive. And no wonder our institutions are aggressive, because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need that element, the ability to sell. My level of humility had to be stretched to that level where no matter how high I'll go, it will never change the way I relate with people. Other people, because your emotions, your humility, all these things are not ready. Whenever you're with people, you want to be aware with people, and God doesn't want that. So leave God to build you. If you look at also the story of Jesus, why did Jesus call other people to help him? Are you understanding this side? So understand this wealth creation to say you need other people. Even Jesus Christ himself, he needed the disciples. He needed the Marys and other people to help him achieve the dream that he wanted. In the Bible, they say what has been brought by prayer can only be sustained by what? By prayer. Anything that has been brought by prayer, if you're a Christian, if you want it to be sustained, that can only be sustained by prayer. May God richly bless you. Thank you so much.